Hi friends, in this lecture session we will discuss in detail about synthesis of selected cholinergic or anticholinergic drugs. So here let us see one by one. So first drug that we are going to discuss is carbachol. Carbachol, as you all knew, it is a muscarinic agonist. If you see the structure closely, so here we have a carbamate ester, and here this is a quaternary ammonium salt. So the synthesis of carbachol starts with chloroethanol. Chloroethanol. So this chloroethanol, on one side we have to add carbamate ester, the other side we have to make this quaternary ammonium salt. Because this is a simple alcohol, the first step is treated with COCl2 to obtain a chloroethyl carbonochloride. So this is the compound which we are going to get. So O, because ClO2 means chlorine is attached to this carbonyl carbon, it is like acyl chloride, so that can form the ester. The chlorine over here can now be replaced with ammonia. So ammonia is added so that this chlorine is removed to form the carbamate ester. Here we have this one alkyl halide, so CCl bond, that we will treat it with trimethylamine. Trimethylamine will form now the quaternary ammonium salt. So this is the way how simply we can synthesize carbachol. Next one is neostigmine methyl sulfate. So this is a very interesting compound and it is a simple compound only. This is a phenolic ester. It is a carbamate only, it is a phenolic ester, and here we have a quaternary ammonium salt. So the synthesis starts from breaking over here. Now here we are, so this is what we are going to use in the beginning. We are taking 3-dimethylamino phenol and then this dimethyl carbamoyl chloride, because this is acyl chloride, this is a phenol OH group, so we can easily form an ester group. So this is the way how the starting molecules are used for obtaining this intermediary compound. Now what extra we need to add? This nitrogen over here is a secondary tertiary amine, we need to make it a quaternary ammonium salt. So methylating agents can be used. So what type of methylating agents? We can use methyl iodide, etc. But here we can also use dimethyl sulfate, another very useful methylating agent. So this gives us neostigmine methyl sulfate salt. So this is the way how we can synthesize neostigmine compound. The next one is ipratropium bromide. In case of ipratropium bromide, this entire area, so this part is nothing but tropic acid and this is a tropane unit. Here in case of atropine, we will have here only NCH3, here we have isopropyl unit is there. This is an onium ion, actually the plus charge is not coming here, but this is an onium ion, quaternary ammonium salt. In the entire structure, getting this tropane unit is one of the toughest part. So here if you remember the way how Robinson has designed a very simple synthetic protocol for atropine synthesis, where he used a double managed condensation of this aldehyde and methylamine and this carboxylic acid, ketocarboxylic acid, to obtain this compound, which upon heating the carboxylic acid units will go off as carbon dioxide, so that propanone can be obtained. So the same strategy we can employ over here by using isopropylamine. Instead of methylamine, we can use isopropylamine so that this compound will come. Now what we need to do? We need to reduce it. We can reduce carbonyl carbon by using simple sodium borohydride or otherwise metal acid reduction. In here iron acetic acid can be used so that the OH group that is formed will become acetate. Next one is we need to do transesterification, because OAC has to be replaced with the compound. So this is the compound which we use for obtaining target compounds, intermediary compound. So this aldehyde group is now reduced with sodium borohydride to obtain CH2OH. So this is the way how the compound is obtained. Next what we need to do, we need to add here on this nitrogen another methyl group, so that ammonium salt can be prepared. So here what we are using is methyl bromide can be used, thereby it forms a quaternary ammonium salt here and then bromine ion. So this is the way how ipratropium bromide is synthesized. Here what we, so here sorry, here Br minus need to be there, and on nitrogen you will have a plus charge. The next one is dicycloverine. Here you can find here 2 cyclohexyl units are there, and ester group is there, which is actually linking with the tertiary amine over here. Now how can we synthesize this? Can you guess? The bonds which we can easily make is this ester group. Hence, if we can make this starting compound, it will be easy for us to make this entire compound. So that's why in the beginning what they have done is N-alkylation. So here what they have taken is phenylestronitrile and dibromopentane, 1,5-dibromopentane. So if you closely observe this reaction, sodamide is a strong base, and here the CH2, which is flanked by cyanide and benzene, is actually an activated methylene group. So in the presence of sodamide, it abstracts one proton from here, so that sodium salt will form, carbanion is going to form over here. So that acts as a strong nucleophile, and then it replaces the bromine over here. So thereby what you are going to get is an alkylated product. Okay, CC bond can be formed very easily over here, and the same reaction is repeated twice because sodamide is used in 2 molar ratio. So thereby this bromine is also replaced. What we are going to get? So this nitrile compound is what we are going to get. Now the cyanide will be acid hydrolyzed. Okay, this is what we call it as ethanolic hydrolysis will be done to obtain the ethyl ester of this acid. We have a benzene here and a cyclohexane here. Now this molecule will be made to react with 2-diethylaminoethanol. Okay, so it's actually a triethylamine. If it is a triethylamine, on one of the ethyl group, hydroxy group is there. So this is the compound which we are going to use over here. Here we use the sodium as a catalyst or alkaline environment to form this ester group. Now what is the difference between this intermediary compound and the target compound? Benzene ring. Now this benzene ring is to be removed. So the it is done by palladium catalyzed hydrogenation, which ultimately gives us the target compound dicycloverine. Okay, so this is the way how we can get this compound, and we can also make the carboxylic acid part over here by taking cyclohexyl nitrile in the presence of sodamide. We will react this one with cyclohexyl bromide. In case cyclohexyl bromide, because here this carbon, okay, cyanide, next to cyanide this alpha carbon is actually activated, so that substitution happens over here. So we can directly get this compound. So this is what is going to attack this cyclohexyl bromide is going to attack over here, so that we will get this compound. As cyclohexane as well as this compound both are achiral, so chiral tissue will not come over here. Next what we are going to do is simple acid hydrolysis. Ethanolic hydrolysis is going to give you the necessary starting molecule like this. This can be reacted with diethylaminoethanol compound to directly get the target compound. So this is the way how the compound dicycloverine is obtained. The next one is procyclidine. Procyclidine, here if you observe this one closely, here CN bond, and then here to the benzylic position we have a cyclohexane, and then a hydroxy group is over here. So the design of synthesis is really interesting, because we need to generate a tertiary alcohol over here. Now let us see how it is done. If you see this, an aryl group is there, carbon, carbon, carbon and nitrogen. So, this skeleton can be obtained by using a Mannich reaction, a Mannich reaction. So, if you perform this Mannich reaction, we can easily obtain an aryl group, carbon double bond O and CH2CH2N. Okay. So, when you have a carbonyl group over here, we can perform one reaction with which we can generate tertiary alcohol. What is that reaction? It is Grignard reaction. So, when you perform Grignard reaction with aryl magnesium bromide, you will get the target compound like this. Since here we have both are benzene rings, what we need to do is, so this is the mechanism, it is a very well established mechanism only. When you have a ketone, when you treat ketone with RMGX, so that ultimately results in a tertiary alcohol. Okay. So, this is the way. Now, what we need to do is reduce one of the benzene ring. That is done by hydrogen and palladium. Palladium catalyzed hydrogenation is ultimately going to provide you the target compound procyclidine. Okay. Friends, this is the way how the cholinergic or anticholinergic agents are synthesized. Now, here I am in this lecture I am covering only the compounds that are mentioned in our syllabus, but I am going to provide you the entire, because whatever are there in the syllabus, the entire document as a PDF document I am going to provide to all of you. If you need it, please send me a request so that I will send you, okay, to your email, and we will go to unit 2 from the next lecture onwards. Okay. This is the end of the cholinergic, anticholinergic chapters. Thank you.